So I think this is a good time to start putting some of the brick texture in. I've picked a brick texture out of my library. I'm sizing it to be 6 feet tall and 5 feet 4 inches wide. That just sort of works out to be the right dimensions for the image I have. One of the things you want to do when you're using a brick texture in SketchUp for MSTS and OpenRails is you want to add to the name, you want to add the string bias equals bias -1, and that's a little that's a value that goes into the exporter that tells the simulator to do something with to basically blur slightly the image on display, and its purpose in this situation is to try and minimize the moire effect that sometimes you see with brick. And so this little extra statement here is the way that is accomplished. So having done that, I'm going to go in and apply this to one place, and one place only for right now, and that is the parapet. Now, as I've said before, you don't apply a texture to a component ever. You want to open up and apply things to the actual faces. And actually, you know, the most simple way right now is take the top face and say select connected faces. That's the first row of connected faces, and that gets all of them at once. Now on this one, I don't know what the top of the parapet actually was. For placeholder purposes, I'm just going to put a concrete texture on that. Now, obviously, you know, in the construction that has to be sealed in some way. I don't know that was used concrete, or they put tile on it, or a metal cap or something, but there was some kind of seal placed on here so the rain wouldn't get into the walls, and so that's what that's for. And so you can see that it runs around both inside and outside. And now what I want to show you here is, having done that, having put that texture in, I'm going to zoom in real close here and roll it on up. We see right here that there's nothing underneath the parapet wall where this plaster, this cement plaster, comes up and touches. There's a gap in there. And so the simple way for me to solve that is make a copy of the parapet component, Control-C, Control-V, bring it out here somewhere where it's easy to see what I'm doing. Roll it up like this. And then I want to open it, and I'm going to put a face all the way across from one corner to the far corner like this. Let's see, why didn't that? There we go. Got that to work. Now, what I have here is a 2-poly, very large face. I'm going to texture it for the brick, and I'm going to close it, delete this extra copy, and we'll go back here and see what it looks like. So now we can see where there was a gap in this space. We now have the brick that should be there, and because I made it all, I put the face all the way across. This one face serves the same purpose here, and we roll it over to the far side and check on these two walls, and in fact it serves the same purpose here. So effectively, by adding this large face to the bottom of the parapet here, I'm able to fill this gap on 4 different walls using just 2 polys. And because it's inside a component, the parapet component, it is not going to pick up any extra endpoints from anything I might do elsewhere in the model. Highly recommend this technique.